where today we are playing Loop of 590's ComputerCraft Challenge, and I don't know that you guys heard any of what I just said because it just said it's gone live just now. But welcome to you guys. Welcome to Loop of 590's ComputerCraft Challenge, where today we are playing the challenge we're on attempt 2. The challenge is simply to beat Minecraft, beat the Ender Dragon, you know, the achievements, that kind of thing. But you cannot break or place blocks, which is an issue. That's a major issue. Now, we have been working on a bunch of things. We have 3 different things we can do today in particular. We can, of course, load the world, which is apparently taking a ridiculously long amount of time. But we are working on building an old style mob farm. We have been doing that for a while, so we could continue that. Because you cannot break or place blocks, but you can program that little turtle thing to do it all for you. So we're programming it with a simple program, a single program. Not exactly simple, but fairly simple. Simple in terms of not too complicated, not simple in terms of so many simple things put together that it gets quite confusing. But anyways, we've been working on that. We have that just about done so that you can see, and we have a little bit of lag as usual, as you would expect. But anyways, we're working on that. We also are working on what we have right exactly here is a automatic kelp farm that we are working on. Kelp is good for eating. It's very inefficient and very slow to get, but this is basically an automatic turtle that just goes and automatically harvests kelp for us. If you guys didn't see all about that, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun indeed. Then we're also working on this here to get it to smelt the kelp properly and craft it, because you can use a kelp block to smelt with. That takes 9 kelp and it will smelt 20 kelp. So you can basically create an infinite supply of kelp that way, which is really, really neat. We're setting up this turtle to be able to craft kelp blocks and automatically get kelp so that we have food, which is excellent. What I'd really like to do, I don't know about you guys, but I would like to head to the Nether, because of the simple fact that if we're going to beat Minecraft, going to beat the Ender Dragon, then we're going to need to get to the Nether. And I would really like to do that. But the issue with that is, of course, you're likely to die in the Nether, and you need a good source of food. And a good source of food, of course, the kelp is what we're working on for food right now. You need a lot of kelp, and we don't have enough kelp to make a very, very large sort of mass-produced food source, because the thing with kelp is that it only does about half of a hunger bar thing every time you eat a kelp. So, oh, and there's the guy automatically harvesting. That is excellent indeed. So, kelp is a very, very inefficient source of food, but in terms of eating it, but it is very efficient in terms of producing it. That's the thing. So, we're going to have to amp up our production of that before we can get to the Nether. But, of course, it would be great if we could actually finish our... This is not the right place. The place is over here. If we could finish our old-style mob farm, get it completely completed, that would also be good. I don't know what you guys think we should do first. That's the kind of the thing. This is kind of Indecision Day is what this day is. Basically... See, here's our mob farm program. So if we... What's it called? Work in progress mob farm build. So... Work in progress mob farm build. Whoops, hang on. Terminate. Didn't want to build anything here. We wanted to edit work in progress mob farm build. So you can see, here's the basic config. This is basically the block that we're making the tower out of, that kind of thing. Here's the supporting functions that we've coded. If you guys didn't see all this, I'm not going to bother explaining all of this right now because it's a lot. It's actually fairly simple, relatively speaking, when you break it down. But all at once, it looks like a whole lot. So this is now the main code down here. And so we have it doing a bunch of things. We have it building a tube in order... Because you remember those mob farms? They have like the chamber, the dark chamber that spawns the mobs. And then the mobs fall down the tube and then they die. And then you get stuff for it. So we have it building a tube. We have it checking if it has enough resources to build out of. Water and fuel and cobblestone, etc., etc. And then we have build the chamber in multiple parts, build the mob platform part of the chamber, build the line up the next square, build the walls, build a roof, different things like that. That's basically what's going on. Come back down from when it's up at the top, which apparently that was when we thought we were sending it in the sky, but apparently Java Minecraft doesn't work like Pocket Edition, so the mobs don't actually spawn if you have the tower way up in the sky and you're not anywhere close to it. So that's a bit of an issue. But as you can see, it's not yet a fully working thing. So we need to finish the build tube function to build the shaft. The idea would be we're going to put it on the ground pretty much like that, actually. Roughly like that. And then just have the turtle dig out a giant tube going down so that the mobs spawn, they move around, they do their thing. Because if you're too far away from the spawner, then the mobs don't move. And if you get even farther, then they despawn, obviously. But apparently they don't move, which means they won't ever wander down into the tube. So we need the chamber to be on the ground, and then have the turtle dig a tube down below that then the mobs fall all the way down, and die, and then we get the mob drops. That's the idea, and as you can see, we have build tube, we have check resources, we have to finish that, make sure that's all working properly, and then return to surface. And then that's about it. And then we have a working mob farm code, which is very, very neat. Eva CD Gamers, hello, welcome to you, welcome to the day, welcome to the stream. Oh, thanks for the follow as well. Thanks for the follow. That is, you are amazing indeed. Says, what's up? What is up? Well, actually, that's a good question. The sun is up at the moment. There's also a mob farm that's a little bit up. It's not as high up as I was expecting it to be. But that's hopefully that answers the question of what's up. Actually, there's a tree that's up. That's the other thing. There's lots of things up, that's for sure. What is up with you? That is the big question. How are things? All right, so 3 different options. There's this. There's the kelp farm that we need for food. And then we would like to head to the nether. We cannot break or place blocks, which is a bit of a difficult thing. If you imagine going through the nether and not being able to catch yourself if you fall in lava, because water is allowed, but water doesn't work in the nether. So what can you catch yourself with if you fall in lava or whatever, and you can't do anything about it? So that could be a very, very dangerous situation when we get there. But just before we do that, this is the wrong button. Just before we do that, let's get this guy finished. This shouldn't take too long, says the guy who every single project I try takes like 10 times longer than I'm expecting. But, okay. But just before we do that, we discovered, I need the turtle, actually. Because diamonds are very, very critical in this game. We cannot break or place blocks. We're using, wait a minute, was that a llama? I thought I just heard a llama. Llama anywhere? Nope, no llama there. Was he down here, or was that just my imagination? May have been just my imagination, never mind. But if we take this turtle with us, because when we're sending these guys mining, basically we're sending the turtles mining because they go ahead and gather a whole lot of resources for us. It's very, very helpful, etc., etc. That is very, very nice. But then you take a look at, they don't necessarily get everything. They go to, they excavate with the excavate program, which, by the way, you can run the excavate program. It's like a very good introductory program. You can run excavate without having to program anything. The only thing is it doesn't like restarting the world. That's the only thing it doesn't like. So you kind of have to finish it running before you shut down the world to do it properly. But it runs until it hits the first block of bedrock. And down here, you can see, if we just go dart in here for a second so that we can get some breath back. There's a creeper. Goodbye. That was a close call. There's some diamonds down there. And there's, oh, that is, I'm going to die from lack of breath. Let's quickly head in here if we can. There we go. Okay, let's eat some things. We don't have enough kelp to actually fill up our hunger bar. That's not great. So we're not going to do too well in terms of if we take damage, we can't regen it. That's kind of an issue. Kind of an issue indeed. But yeah, so we're going to have to find a way to get the, hello, there's a drowned there. You're not supposed to be there. We're going to have to find a way to get those diamonds out of there without dying, basically, and we can't pick them ourselves, so we have to use the turtle to do so. And so is that guy following, or is he not? But But yeah, we're going to have to use the turtle underwater somehow and somehow not die. That's not great. And the closest exit is way over here. Oh, the first thing to do is to create an exit, create a way out. What is that? That looks like an interesting... Okay, so if we create a bit of an area close by, that would be good. But what is here? Because that appears to be on fire. No, it's not on fire. It's just... Oh, there's lava here. Oh, that's neat. That is neat indeed. Okay. So, do you guys have any ideas how to do this? Let's first try to get rid of this drowned if we can. If he's actually going to come over here, that would be helpful. Come on, sir, come over here. I would like you to be so kind and then come over this direction so that I can get rid of you, and then we can move on from there. Or you can just stay back. That's always an option. Do the drowned stay in the water? Because he appears to be staying where his head is in the water. That's interesting. Okay, so what about this? What about that? There we go. Okay, a little bit more. But, okay, so I guess the first task, of course, is to get rid of him. The second task is to figure out what program we can use to create a little enclosed space. We don't want to drop the turtle down there. Oh, that's just coal. That's fine. That is not lava back there. Okay, so let's put it down here. Let's see, directory. What do we have already that we've made in previous episodes? By the way, if you guys want to watch previous streams, you can check this out on my my youtube.com/PeculiarPineTreePlays channel. That's one place you can get it. Okay. So obviously the mob farm build is not helpful here. Build a bridge is not helpful. We want to dig a hole inside of the mountain. So dig a lot. Oh! Dig a lot, I think, is the one. I think is the one that digs a straight line 3 blocks high. I think that's what it is. So let's just make sure we have enough fuel. Refuel 900. That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Oh, by the way, we got extra food. If we really need it, we have rotten flesh, which is nice. Alright. So, if we trigger dig a lot, that would be ideal. Let's head down here. And, ooh, there's fish. Hello, fish. Something's fishy there. Let's put that there. Dig a lot. Whoops. Sorry, dig a lot. Let's just say 6. And I'm about to die from drowning. Quick, let me out. Thank you. Ooh, that was close. That was very, very close indeed. Do we have a torch? We do not have a torch. We do not have any coal either. We do have a flint and steel, though. So let's whoa! Okay. Apparently this was right exactly. Now, if you guys don't know why we need diamonds, well, obviously diamond armor would be helpful. Oh, we actually don't have any diamond boots. But the main reason we need diamonds is because these turtles are the things that do everything for us, and they require diamonds in order to make the tools, like the pickaxe and all that you put on the side of it, in order to get it to be able to actually do anything. So, but apparently, well then, this is extra diamonds. Oh, and the turtle got 3 of them himself. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Do you guys know, is there a way to get like a fortune power-up on a turtle? I don't think there is, but that would be neat. That would be very neat indeed. Okay, we've got 3 diamonds. What if... okay, so we're gonna have to get those somehow. Let's just go forward again, just to see if we get anything else, because that was actually a very, very good find. Although we're heading into a patch of diorite, and I think diorite probably overrates diamonds. I'm not sure. Also, we're digging a giant tunnel that mobs can spawn in. That's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Okay, so 3 diamonds. That's nice. This will have to be some more diamonds. Okay, dig a lot again. Dig a lot. 4. Why not? 4 sounds good. And we're getting... Oh, nothing. Okay, we got the first layer of diamonds and then nothing after that. That's okay. Go back. 3. Okay, that should line him up with the diamonds. Go right. And then... dig a lot again, and this would be, let's just say 4 again, because why not? Might as well see what else we can get. But this is amazing. This is amazing. We get a bonus find of diamonds. It's actually a good thing. It's like, if you guys are sending... Ooh, come to think of it, there could be diamonds at the bottom of the other quarry that's covered in lava. Because, yeah, a good thing to do is to actually head down to the bottom of the quarry that you just sent, if you sent a turtle quarrying, and then see what you can find down there. That is generally a good idea, because there may have been some diamonds at the bedrock level. Okay, so, and also, what level are we standing on here? 5. So those diamonds were like 5, 6, 7, that kind of area. Okay, then. Now, it's really, really dark. Not sure if you guys can see anything. Unfortunately, I have no torches, so I can't light anything up. I do have torches! Alright, that will work very nicely. There! Okay. So now you guys can see something. So there's the diamonds there, obviously. If we, let's just say dig a lot 3. Whoa! Okay, that's a way to flood a tunnel. Okay. If we can head over here, dig a lot 3. Okay. There we are. Let's check to make sure there's no diamonds below that we're missing. And looks like there's no diamonds below. That's good. Okay, what about if we... if we head back, we try to get that next row. Go back 3. And, of course, have to fight the current the entire time. Currently, we have to fight the current. Go left, forward, right. That's right. That is right indeed. And now dig a lot 3 again. Aha. Whoops. No, I'm gonna die. Okay. Whoa, that was close. That was close. Almost drowned. Almost drowned with an escape route right close by. But, as you can see, we're good to go. We are good to go indeed. We can grab... Whoa, okay, we got 10 diamonds from that. That was worth the trip. That was well worth the trip. Okay, this is not going to work. Digging a turtle underwater is... Digging anything underwater, actually, takes a long time. Takes a long time indeed. Alright, turtle, come back here, please. Get back. Go out of the water. Go back 3. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And now we can theoretically just break him like this. If we can. Aha! Broke him. Can we get him? Oh, there we go. He's floating up away. Okay, so that is that. As you can see, we just got a whole pile of lag. What I meant to say is we got a whole pile of diamonds. We did get a whole pile of lag as well. That's for sure. But that is that. So we should send those turtles down the second area. If you guys don't know anything about mining for diamonds, if you're able to mine an entire chunk, that's great because you'll always get a certain number of diamonds in a chunk. And there's a guy with enchanted something on. Okay, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's very dark outside. Very, very dark outside. There's mobs everywhere, and that's the house, and there's the bed. There we go. We are safe. We are safe. We are safe once again. That's good. Is it once or is it again? That's the big question, and we'll have to ask again the question that we asked once to find out. But, okay, so it would be creeper outside. It would be good if we could get... he's coming for the house. Let's run before he gets there so that he doesn't blow up on the door. That would not be ideal. But if we wait a second, why am I hearing noises? That's not ideal. Not ideal at all. If we could eventually get enough diamonds for diamond armor, that would be very, very good because you're severely handicapped if you can't place blocks when you're especially trying to fight the Ender Dragon or in the Nether where you can't use water, different things like that. It's pretty important to have diamond armor or various things that are very, very good. Ah, we have 17 diamonds now. So if you guys have ideas what we should do with those diamonds first, because obviously we're limited in our options, we also have 4 ender pearls, which means we can make wireless modems to connect to the pocket computers and the regular computers and all those kinds of things. Ooh, if we could have a remote control turtle in the Nether, that would be interesting. That would be very, very interesting. Okay, so what now? That is the question. That's an Enderman. I'm hearing Enderman. That is interesting. If we can see the Enderman, everybody's down here. That's the thing. And the sand keeps falling, apparently. Because I did seal this off completely, but now it's no longer sealed. But if yeah, there's Enderman down there somewhere. But oh no, he's over. Where is he? He's no, that's a husk. We're trying to attract the Enderman's attention because we want the Ender Pearls. Hello, Enderman, come here, please. Come here, please. Thank you. Thank you. Come this way. I would appreciate that. Hello. Okay, okay, okay. We're here. We're here. We're here. Oh, he's hitting us. He's hitting us. Enderman, please. Please stop hitting me. Let me hit you, please. Thank you. That'd be much appreciated. Much appreciated. Now, I don't know if he can enter the house because the house might be 3 blocks tall. That would not be ideal. But if we can get an Ender Pearl, please. Oh, Ender Pearl! No, husk! Okay, 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 and we have no food, so we can't regen. That's not good. We want to save the Ender Pearl without losing it. Okay, let's see if we can do this husk battle without taking any damage whatsoever, which we just did, which is good. Okay, that is that. That's that indeed. Okay, we have rotten flesh. You can actually regen health with rotten flesh. Fun fact. Fun fact. Although it's not very efficient, because you get the hunger side effect, and then you basically lose your hunger faster, and so you don't regen as much as you otherwise would. But it's helpful in an emergency type situation. So what about a bunch of things? We have a bunch of things here. Let's granite we don't need, and we don't need sandstone. We don't need a bunch of things. And then we can head back to the next project. Cobblestone. More cobblestone. Iron ore. Iron ore what? That's the question. But it's iron ore. Iron ore something. And down here we have I guess we'll put the iron ore in the chest for now. That might do something. All right. So, the stone. We don't need the stone. We can put that away. There we go. Okay, so here's the idea. Are we even gonna bother sending those guys mining this time? That's a good question. We might just start them a little bit later. I kind of want to see where is the kelp. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we start with the kelp farm, or should we start with the mob farm? Or the mob farm is pretty close to done, but we kind of need kelp like immediately. So let's see. We have obviously this part working, this part where the guy goes, and we should close the door so we don't get mobs entering our house while we're gone. This guy where he goes and harvests the kelp and then sends them into the furnace. That is ideal. And we have him sending them in batches of 20 so that it's always the most efficient cooking in the furnace, that's for sure. This guy is what we're working on right now. We have worked on, if I can right-click, this mouse doesn't like right-clicking for some reason. So that's not ideal. Hello? Hello? Right-click, please. There, that's a right-click. This is... Ah, there we go. Okay. So, craft dried kelp block. That's what this guy does. And basically what we're having this guy do is... Now, this isn't colored. The colors don't really mean much. It's like the colors just sort of help you lay out and be able to see what the different things are. But what you're really looking for is the dashes. So 2 dashes gives you, like, tells you that line is commented out, which basically means that that particular line, the code doesn't actually run it. It's just like plain English for you to read so that you can tell what's going on better. So we set up crafting grid. We created that, so it puts all of the dried kelp into the crafting grid over here, which is excellent. And that's about it. So what we need this kelp thing to do is we basically need... well, here's the thing. It comes out of the furnace. When it comes out of the furnace, it's going to come into the hopper, and it's going to, through the hopper, come into the turtle. The turtle's going to pick them up, put them each into each individual slot. And then, what it's going to do then, when it fills up the slots, is it's going to then craft them. So we need to program a thing to do the craft. So we'll need to say craft. We'll make that into the next function. And then when it's done crafting, we'll need to have it drop the crafted block up above. That's the idea. So drop crafted block above. There. So drop crafted block above. Done. Okay. So that's what we want this guy to do, which is going to be a little easier said than done, but hopefully it'll be done just as easily as it's said. That's the idea. That's the idea. Oh, I thought that was a mob. That was just the farm over here doing its harvesting, which is good. Which is good. So it sends them into the furnace in batches of 20, so that it's always, because a block of kelp smelts 20 kelp. So in order to be the most efficient possible, that's what we're doing. And then what will happen, this guy will put the blocks of kelp, basically he'll take the dried kelp that comes out of here, he'll craft them into blocks of kelp, he'll take the blocks of kelp and put the blocks of kelp in the hopper up above. The hopper will go and fill up the furnace. When the furnace is full, then the hopper will start filling up itself, and when the hopper has stuff in it, we can take the stuff out of there and bring it with us for food to eat. That is the idea. That is the idea indeed. Now, I just noticed a potential problem with our first function. So as you can see, it sets up the crafting grid, which basically means, now this is a really long if statement that we don't need. It's irrelevant. At this point, we found another way to do it. There we go. Okay, so what this basically means is we tell it which slots are the crafting grid. So how this works is basically these 9 slots here are the crafting grid. So slots 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11 are all crafting grid slots. It crafts that, and I'm pretty sure it puts it in the slot down here, the final slot at the bottom. But what happens if it's in the process of grabbing kelp and crafting it up, and it's got like half of this full, and then we leave the area or shut down the world or whatever and shut down the game, and then it starts up next time, and when it starts up next time, it goes and just like fills up the first half again with kelp. It starts from the beginning, and then it starts from the beginning again, and might not always make it to the end, if depending on how often we restart the world and how quick the other turtle is at producing the kelp to smelt. That's an issue. So it could keep filling up the first slot a lot more quickly than it fills up the ending slot, and then next thing you know, it's overflowing and it's jammed and etc., etc. So we kind of need to deal with that issue. So what we have here, crafting slots, it defines the slots. That's this line 3 that the flashing cursor is on. Then we have a for loop, which basically loops through. It's a little difficult to understand this one. There's like ways to do it that are easier to understand. But this way is not so easy to understand, but it's in terms of that, but it's a little easier to program. But what it basically does is it cycles through every slot that we have listed in the crafting slots list. That's the idea. And every slot that it cycles through, it selects the slot so that it can actually put the items in the slot that it's trying to deal with. And then it will try to suck an item out of the hopper and put it in the slot that it has selected. And this line here, line 6 that we're looking at right now, well, not turtle.suck1 do. That basically says try to suck an item out of the hopper. If you don't find an item in the hopper, then sleep for 5 seconds and wait till you find one and keep trying to suck an item into the inventory. That is the idea. We need to modify this somehow to account for, I think we should craft them 1 block at a time. So to account for if there's not, I think we'll keep just 1 dried kelp in each slot. So if there's less than 1 item in the slot, that might be an idea. So first thing, it goes and selects the slot, and then it sees if there's less than 1 item, or maybe we should just say if there's 0 items. No, because what if we happen, for whatever random reason, what if we happen to have multiple items, multiple dried kelp items in 1 slot? That's an issue. Lipsonian says, I knew that I shouldn't have watched that extra episode. Extra episode? Episodes are fun. Episodes of, I'm guessing, a TV show or some sort. Episodes are quite fun. Quite fun indeed. But yeah, at the moment we're working on the kelp farm. At the moment, because we need food. We need food desperately. We're out of food once again, which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. So we're trying to modify this thing. We have, as you can see here, set up crafting grid for this thing. We have craft it. We have drop crafted block above. And basically, okay, it's dark. It's dark. It's dark. It's dark. That's why you need to keep an eye on the surroundings. So as you guys remember, you're supposed to basically take the dried kelp that comes out of the furnace, craft it into dried kelp blocks, which it then puts in the hopper up above, which then go into the furnace. That's the idea. It's a fairly simple concept, and the difficulty that we're running into right now is just simply the fact that, as I already explained, but basically, hopefully, maybe the explanation didn't make sense for some of you guys, and those of you guys who are just tuning in as well. Basically, I'm picturing a scenario because it's look at what? Look at the skeleton. There's a skeleton over there. That's not ideal. He's not supposed. Oh, boots. Oh, that looks good. Aha! I have a shield. Haha. You think you have a bow? Well, you do have a bow, but I have a shield, and I'm not afraid to use it. And you didn't give me any boots. You didn't give us any boots. That's not ideal. Okay, but yes, as you can see, the issue appears to be that what happens. The furnace obviously can only go at the speed that the kelp is being produced. So what happens if this kelp is slow or whatever? We're like halfway through filling up the inventory. We shut down the world, open it up again. It does maybe a couple cycles and ends like halfway through. And then it's like it ends up with the first half has a whole lot more kelp in it than the last half. And the last half might end up not getting very much. So we're going to just basically check to see if there's less than one dried kelp in the slot, then pick up a dried kelp, or then try to pick up a dried kelp, I should say. If there's more than one dried kelp in the slot, then it will basically just not even try to pick one up. It'll just move on to the next slot. That's the idea. Lufrein says, I'm watching Malcolm in the Middle. What's that? That sounds interesting. With my family, so Discord was muted. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Not sure, never heard of that series, but that sounds interesting. Interesting. All right, so that is actually, come to think of it. See, here's the thing. For those of you guys who aren't as familiar with programming, depending on the language you're using, okay. Well then, that's why you don't let your guard down, even when you're safe. Yeah. Okay, it looks like everything's fine except the furnace and the hopper that was below the furnace. Apparently those kinds of things can get blown up. The turtle, however, is fine. That's good. That is a good sign. Why did our armor do nothing? Does armor do nothing against creepers? Can you get, like, more armor or something? We have extra dried kelp as well. Like, is there a type of armor you can get that is invulnerable to creepers? That would be an ideal scenario. On the bright side, we have a bigger hole. We have a bigger hole here. These holes are actually quite difficult to dig. So we now have a bigger working space down here. But on the not so bright side, it's more difficult to get out. That's for sure. You, sir, are not supposed to be here. What do you think you're doing, sir? You're gonna get away. Okay, do we have everything? I don't think we have everything. Or do we? What about, Okay, the shield goes there. We never did, well, actually we did at one point, but we don't have boots. Ooh, that's a lot of kelp. Okay, I think that's kelp that was waiting to be smelted. Oh, the furnace is still, like, there. It just is broken. Like, it just got destroyed, but it actually still exists. It didn't completely vanish. So, let's put the furnace down there. That's a good sign. Are we allowed to place furnaces manually? I'm not sure. We lost a hopper. I think we lost a hopper, unless there's a hopper floating around somewhere. Okay, well that's a little distracting when you're trying to explain something. The creeper's being rude. He's like, I'm trying to explain something. And the creeper's just like, I'm gonna interrupt you and blow you up. And that's, that's not very polite. Not very polite of a creeper to do that for us. What if we... Okay, so let's put the extra kelp in there. And we have some dried kelp that we need to put in the hopper that we no longer have. So let's make a hopper if we can. We do need to... Okay, I have a chest for some reason. We could make a hopper out of that very easily. But we need to obviously fix the flooding issue here. So that can go there. We can place a block below. So like this. Lua command prompt turtle dot place down. Okay. And then turtle dot up. That will have him go up. And then we obviously need to fill in that thing down below. There we are. That is... Where's the water still flowing from? Oh, it's still flowing from there. I see how it is. I see how it is. Let's go, okay, terminate. Go back. Oh, wow. Actually, the neat thing is that even in spite of all that explosion, the turtle is still just going along, mining all the kelp, and nothing interfered with that. That is excellent. All right, so we need to break this block in the floor so that we can actually get out of that gigantic hole now. So Lua command prompt turtle dot dig down. Now we should be able to get actually get ourselves out of there when we get stuck in there. Now we need a hopper, of course. And now that the turtle has been so kind as to rudely interrupt us like that, no, not the turtle, the creeper. The creeper has been so kind as to do that. We're gonna have to figure out what in the world I was saying before that even happened, and see. That's why you don't want to stay out till late at night, because then the creepers spawn, and when they spawn, then it's not good. It's not good at all. What about... What am I looking for? What are we looking for? We're looking for something. Let's put the iron ore in the furnace, because why not? But... Oh, didn't mean to waste that coal. Didn't see the coal in there. Okay. Why were we here? Why were we here? This is what happens when you have a tired brain. Tired brain is not helpful. We came over here. Hopper, that's what we did. Actually, we were looking for iron. That's actually very helpful. 2 iron, but we have a lot of iron already. 3, 4, 5. All right. And do this. Put the chest over here like that. Get this going like that. And the hopper like that. And then we're pretty good to go. I think hoppers... Yeah, hoppers were allowed to be placed because they are difficult to get angled just right with turtles. So we're going to have to place them manually. But, okay, here we go. There we go. That is better. That is much better. So we have a much larger hole in the ground to work with, so that is neat indeed. Okay, so unfortunately the turtle didn't blow up that random andesite that's in the way and annoying. So if he could have maybe placed his explosion a little better, that would have been great. And we'll figure out what I was even saying about the programming thing. That was quite an interruption. Quite an interruption by that turtle indeed. Differences. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like an interesting series. I'm gonna have to maybe check that out sometime or something. We'll have to see. All right. So, when it comes to programming, you have basically... Oh yeah, I was saying about the language. If we can open this turtle there. So the language, there's some things you need to learn about the language, at least as far as getting it to be able to do things. But most of the thing with programming comes down not so much to the language and the syntax and all the that kind of stuff. But most of the stuff with programming, at least in my experience, comes down to how to break down a problem logically to make it work more smoothly. That's the idea. That's the idea. So we're going to have to break down this problem. Hopefully not like how the creeper broke down our our contraption. But we're going to have to break down this problem and see what's happening. Oh yeah, we need to put the put this back in here so that we actually have some stuff. Wait. What happened? Wait a minute. Did we not have a hopper down here? We must have had a hopper down here to pull stuff out of the furnace. But the hopper put things into the turtle. That's interesting. So we're going to have to actually realign the hopper. Well then. G1 Games! Hello, welcome to you, welcome to the day, welcome to the stream. We just had a major incident with a creeper here. He was not so kind. He just blew up half our machine, and I died and everything, and that was not very polite. Not very polite of him indeed. You can only sleep at night. It will be night momentarily, and then we shall sleep. There. Listening says the language in this show is not to the Peculiar Pine Tree channel standards, but very little is. That is true. That is true. Listening says don't have the hopper pushing into the turtle. Turtles work best when they manage their inventory themselves. Right. So we have the hopper as its primary purpose being to pull out of the furnace, not to push into the turtle. So we're going to have to modify that. And I thought I heard... No, that's my own feet. That's my own feet. You kind of get nervous about creepers around here, but apparently that's that. So hoppers take a long time to break without a pickaxe. So go up and then dig. Let's just say dig. Haha. Done. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's try placing this hopper again and try this again. Oh, okay. There's a flood. There's a flood. If we, you know what? Oh, ho, ho, ho. If we put the torch down here, then that's the floodlight. That's the floodlight on the situation, on the flood. That's the idea. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Let's put this back in here. Aha, that is better. That is better indeed. Okay, so now that we got that little detail sorted out, breaking down the problem is the main issue going on in terms of programming. That's the most complicated thing, in a sense. If you can break down the problem to be simple, then the rest comes easy. Pretty much. Mostly. There is some language stuff to learn, a little bit. But at least in Lua, which is this programming language, it's very, very simple. At least in the basics. So, okay. So we have it select the slot. We need it to account for if it has restarted several times and hasn't gotten to the end. So if Lipsvanity says torch floodlight reminds me of the Weatherstone stone wet rain. Stone, if the stone is wet, raining. Stone missing, hurricane. Yeah, there we go. That sounds about good. Okay, so we need to have it first select the slot. Then we need it to say if what? If there's one item. If there's less than one item. Then, so what's the function we need to tell what item is in the slot? All right. As I was saying, this is easy. This is easy. This is well as easy as easy as driving, I guess. It's like not easy, but it sort of becomes easy, I guess. Anyways, turtle dot. What is the function we're looking for? Attack? No. Compare, no. Detect, no. Dig, drop. Equip, forward, get fuel level. Get item count. That sounds about right. Turtle.get item count. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's edit. Nope, edit craft dried kelp block. Okay, so if, we're going to say if turtle.get item count on the currently selected slots, let's just say whatever we called it, value. Value is the name of the slot in this case because that's what we called it. So if turtle.get item count on the currently selected slot is equal to is less than 1, then we want it to do the digging thing, and not the digging, but the picking up the item thing. But of course, you want it to have the conditionals that we already have on the picking up the item, such as if it worked or if it didn't work or if there's an item to grab, etc., etc. So we'll just include all that, and we'll only run all that if there's less than 1 item in the slot. So what this theoretically should do is it should theoretically work successfully. It should theoretically basically make it so that if there's like this, for whatever reason, some of them are missing, then basically it will just simply say it. It'll cycle through. It'll be like, there is one there, is one there, is one there, is one there, is not one there, and then it will try to grab one for there, and it will like not try to grab one for every single slot. That's the idea. We'll have to see, actually, we'll see if this works. Let's test it. Let's put the extra kelp in there, and then let's run this set up the crafting grid function. Okay, here we go. We should end at the end of this with 1 kelp in every single slot if this worked successfully. If it did not work successfully, then we won't. So let's see, what's our program called? It's called craft dried kelp block. So let's craft dried kelp block. Aha! Ooh, that actually worked very nicely. That actually worked very nicely. It's always nice when a simple program actually works out the first time, actually works out simply, because it often doesn't turn out quite as simple as it appears like it should. So that's a thing. Okie dokie then. So that would be set up the crafting grid. That is good. Now we need to actually craft with the crafting grid. And now we need to drop the crafted block in the hopper. And then we need to repeat. So craft, how do you craft? That would be, if we exit and go into the Lua command prompt, turtle.craft, I'm guessing. Okay. What about, is there any other craft related? Okay, let's see what turtle.craft does. Oh! That's interesting. So turtle.craft crafts the block into whatever slot you currently have selected. Crafts the items, I should say. That is good to know. That is very good to know indeed. So if we go ahead and turtle.craft, that should be good. So we'll have the 9th slot selected every single time. I think I don't see any reason that it wouldn't be. So let's edit this thing again. We need to actually uncraft this block so that we can try it again. Let's do that. There we go. You can backwards craft dried kelp block into dried kelp. Now we get all this stuff put down in here. That's great. Okay, so this is actually very simple. Craft would simply be turtle.craft. We don't even need a whole nother section for it. So there we go, turtle.craft. And then drop crafted block above. Just simply turtle dot, like whatever slot is selected, it should be the slot that has the block in it. So turtle dot drop drop up. Oh, whoa. But we do not want to have it just throwing blocks in the air, because if there happens to be a creeper that comes by or something, blows up the hopper, then it'll just start throwing items into the air. So how do we detect if there's a hopper there? We can obviously check if there's a chest there. Let's check if there's let's check specifically for a hopper rather than trying to do a more generic check. Because we do need a hopper up there specifically. So let's say turtle.drop up. Let's modify that a little bit. Let's say if not sure if is the right idea. Because the idea would be, of course, if there's a hopper above, then place the block. But if there's not a hopper above, what do we want it to do? Keep crafting and piling up stuff? That won't work, because it's crafting them into the 9th slot, which is part of the crafting grid. So that'll jam the whole system. So it's not an if statement we need. We need if there's... What about a repeat loop? Or some other kind of loop? Because we could... What we needed to do... Okay. This is easier said than... Well, it's easier said than said. It's easier... It's not easier said. It's easier said than thought, in the sense that trying to think of it is difficult, but then saying it is easy. But basically what we need it to do is we need it to wait. This is the objective. We need it to, if it crafted the thing, we need it to try to put the block above. If it couldn't put the block above, then wait until it can put the block above. That's the idea. So let's see. I think we did that up here somewhere. Yeah, well, oh, I see. Okay, Loopsonian says I would select slot 16 before the craft, then if there's ever an item in that slot, you know that you have to output it. For the sake of simplicity, that makes sense. For the sake of simplifying it a little bit. It also means that you can load up the craft table without tripping over the item. That's a good point. Let's prevent creeper spawns. There we go. Okay, so yes, we'll have it select slot 16, craft it into slot 16. We still have to drop it before we fill up a whole stack of dried kelp blocks. But, so it's still the same problem in the end, but at least it prevents a potential issue that can happen due to trying to fill up the crafting grid with having the dried kelp block already in the 9th slot down there. So, let's say before we craft, let's have it, like you're saying, let's do turtle.select slot 16. There. Specifically slot 16. Then when it has slot 16 selected, it will craft it, and then it will try to drop up from slot 16. Liftrain says you could also scan slot 16 before calling craft, and if the slot has an item, then don't craft. That's possible. That would be restart safe, wouldn't it? Because if there's a block in it, and then we restart, then yeah, okay. So that sounds good. So scan slot 16 before calling craft. Okay, yeah. Okay. So select 16. And then we need to do this sort of double negative type situation. So not. So this line basically says try to suck the item from the inventory in front of it, and if that doesn't work, then not turtle.suck, then sleep. Wait a minute. How does that help? Because if there's no item, it will sleep, and then... Oh, wait, we have a loop around it? No, we don't have a loop around it. Oh, we do have a loop, the for loop. Of course. Wait a minute. Do we have an issue here? Because if it doesn't find an item, it sleeps. When it doesn't find an item, it sleeps, and then what? Then it then moves on, so it hits this if statement. If it's like maybe missing an item here, or half the grid is missing, moves on to the if statement. If turtle.getItemCount is less than 1, then but then okay, so what it does is it finishes the sleep, and then it goes up here to the next slot. Oh, okay, because this keeps calling turtle.suck, keeping pulling an item in, and it will only leave that loop if sucking an item worked. That's the thing. That is the thing. Okay, that's why the loop works. That makes sense, I think. If it makes sense to you guys, let me know. If it doesn't make sense to you guys, then let me know, and maybe I can explain it a little better. But what we need here is we need it to select slot 16. Then we need it to, well, not a thing. Well, not what exactly? That's the big question. And then end it down here. Okay, and well, not what? Lipsman says, restart save programs can be difficult to make, but sometimes they're not bad. Not too bad. That is a good point. Lipsman says, this is where you need to make functions. Know that they work perfectly, and then can treat them as black boxes and forget about how they work without needing to worry about forgetting. That is true. That is true indeed. Okay, so, well, not... Wait a minute. This will stall the program. If we check if there's an item in slot 16, and we wait to craft until the item's gone, but it never actually sends the item out of it, that's kind of a major issue. That kind of tells you something. So we're gonna have to do some things. We're gonna have to... Okay. Well, not what. We need... Okay, so if there's... Oh. I don't know. This is getting complicated because what do we need it to do? Well, we need it to drop the item upwards. Okay. So if we need it to drop the item upwards in the craft function, but we need to use the drop function that's down here in order to drop the item upwards. So that's not ideal because it's afterwards. So it can't be afterwards in the code. So we could obviously move it to before, but here's another option. Actually, here's another option, is that we can have it instead of a while loop that holds the code here, we could just do an if statement and say if there's no items, or if there's few items or whatever in that are crafted, so that we don't fill up the slot completely. If there's few enough, then craft another one. Otherwise, move on. And what will happen in that case, if, let's say, the hopper's full or something, then what happens is it will move on to the drop up function, and then then it will stall there, basically. If for whatever reason it goes back up to try to craft again, then it will go through and find that, oh, it's already filled the inventory with dried kelp and just hasn't been able to craft it, so it won't grab any more. It will just head back down to craft then, and then it will say, in craft, it will be like, oh, okay, well, I guess there's extra items that have already been crafted, so we're just not going to craft one, and we're going to move on to dropping the items upwards. And that is a loop that we can afford to have. That should be good. So, instead of the well loop, let's just simply say if. So, if turtle dot get item count. If turtle dot get item count is less than, now we could actually have it fill up all the way to 64. Why don't we have it fill up to 60 or 50? 60, just for the sake of not going all the way to 64 in case we get some of the math wrong or whatever other things can happen. So if that, then turtle.craft. So if there's fewer than 60 items in the slot, the craftable slot down here, then craft. So if there's room to craft, then craft, basically. Then move on to drop crafted block above. Then we need it to, this is where we need that holding while loop. So while not. Well, not. And what we need it to do is to check for if there's a chest above. Lipfrani says... craft will fail if there is an item in slot 16, even though you are using the other slots as the table. Oh, really? It doesn't like having items in it? That's not great. Hopefully when it fails, it should just move on. But okay, so drop crafted block above, well, not what? We need it to do a thing, and if not that, then wait and try again. And we can't have it try to drop up as the thing, because it will drop up whether there is a hopper above or not. See, here's the thing, the most difficult part about this is just breaking down the problem. So if there's no hopper, so we need to check for if there's a hopper. So... Oh, but actually we need it to be able to exit the loop, and a while loop won't actually cut it. So that's an issue. That is an issue indeed. Oh, maybe a repeat loop. Okay, hang on. There's 3 different types of loops. Lipstone says, yeah, craft fail. Wait, what? Yeah, craft fail just returns false. Okay. Okay, so there's 3 different types of loops. The while loop, you put the thing at the beginning, the conditional. The repeat loop, you put it at the end. So that might be helpful. A repeat loop combined with an if statement might work if we do this. If we do repeat, and then down here we have the end. So until, repeat until, and then we're gonna have an if statement inside it. So we're gonna simply say if there's a hopper above, if turtle dot, what's it called? Attack, back, compare, craft, detect, I think doesn't give you many details, right? Unless I'm mistaken on that. Inspect, ooh, turtle dot inspect. Okay, I think we need to actually have turtle.inspect up, but I think we need to actually have it do the inspect first, before the if. If I'm not mistaken. So, we'll see. Okay. So here's the idea. Inspect up gives you 3 different things. So, block up is equal to turtle.inspect_up. That gives you 3 different sub values. So block up.name, block up different things like that. Lipfrani says local function. Inv on side. Oh, that would be like inventory on side. Side. Local I equals peripheral.wrap side. If I.push items, then return true, else return false, end. Okay, that's going to require some explaining, unfortunately, because you can peripheral.wrap a hopper? Like, what? Is that what you're saying? Like, you can peripheral.wrap a hopper, and what does that do for you? Like, what's... I have not heard of that. I thought only ComputerCraft things can be peripheral.wrapped. But I think, see, here's the thing. This is a simple way of doing it that should work. I think. Possibly. So basically what we're doing here is we have a repeat loop that will wait until something is true. We're going to have it tell it what the thing is that's true. Lipsani says, welcome to the generic peripheral framework that ComputerCraft Tweaked has borrowed from Plethora. Okay. This is going to require quite a bit of explaining, I think. Possibly. We'll have to see. Okay, so Yes, repeat until something. Now, in here, we're trying to set up an if statement. We need it to be able to read the if the block name above. So, block up is equal to turtle.inspect up. Actually, let's say what block up. There's two ways to do this. You can do two variables. What block up. So let's just say is block up, comma, what block up is equal to turtle.inspect up. That would be good. So if is block up, and now we need some brackets around this. What block up? I think we need to say dot name here. Dot name is equal to, and it's probably Minecraft colon hopper. Let's just guess Minecraft colon hopper. Actually, we can test that, not text that. We can test that by just simply sticking our turtle down here, and then do a turtle.inspect. So Lua turtle.inspect like that. There we go, and that would be Minecraft colon hopper. Excellent. Lipson says hoppers are inventories, and every inventory in Minecraft has this new peripheral functionality. It sounds very useful. It sounds like, so you're saying it came from Plethora. That's sounds like a thing that I've wanted to do a long time ago in ComputerCraft, and now it might be possible. Tanks have similar things too. Oh, okay, tanks have similar things too. That is good to know. Okay, so Minecraft colon hopper. Why are we hearing spiders? Why are we hearing spiders? That's not supposed to be. Not supposed to be. Are they inside there? They might be inside there. That's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Okay, so what have we here now? We've got we've got this. Whoops! Something is happening. Something is happening. Why is system preferences opening? This is strange. This is strange. But that actually sounds. However, the. So what can you do with the inventories then, if you can wrap inventories? Why did my sound preferences open? That's strange. That's very strange indeed. I must have hit something. It wasn't Command P. Command P prints. So it must have been something else, but that's weird. Okay, back to the thing, back to the thing. Okay, so, yes, here. So we've got the Minecraft colon hopper. So if there is a block up, and the block that is up is called Minecraft colon hopper, and we need to close the brackets on that, then do the things, and then end the if statement down here. Okay, and inside the if statement, we need it to be a double if statement, in a sense. We need it to be an if-else statement. So, if there is a block up, and what block up is equal to hopper, then drop the item up. I just thought of a potential other. Okay, this is gonna get complicated to explain. Very complicated. Not to worry, it's simple, but it's complicated. It's both simple and complicated at the same time. So if there is a block, then we need to do a thing in here. It's a neat little trick. So the first thing we're gonna try is we're gonna do we're gonna say a variable that did drop. Okay, did drop is equal to true, and then else. Okay. Wait, let's do one thing at a time so you guys can follow what I'm doing. So did drop is equal to false. So the idea would be here that it will basically check if there's a hopper above it. If there is a hopper above it, then it will drop the item up above. It will then set that variable to say it did drop the item above. Otherwise, if there was no hopper, then it will say did drop false. If did drop was false, Lipson says turtle.drop returns true if it dropped something. That's true as well, because here's the other issue, which we'll get to in a second. What this tests for is there a hopper above, because the turtle will just drop the item into the air if there's no hopper. But what this doesn't test for is if there is a hopper above, did it actually drop the item? Was there actually room? It doesn't test for that. It doesn't test for was there room to drop the item? Did it actually drop the item? So, what we need it to do is we need to have a double-layered if statement, if that makes sense. So this is the main if statement here. We need it to be until did drop is equal to false. So we need to do the first if up here, and I think the colored code is much better because then it's easier to follow what's going on. But the first if statement up here, turtle.drop up, it will try. We need to have a second if statement. So the first if statement checks if there's a hopper. If there is a hopper, then like you're saying, turtle.drop returns true if it dropped something. So if there is a hopper, then if turtle.drop up is true, because it will tell the if statement true if it happened. So if turtle.drop up, then, and then what? So if it dropped up successfully, if that's true, then say did drop is true. If, however, it did not drop successfully, then we need to say else, and then say did drop is equal to false. There. Okay. That should be good. That should cover all our bases. Let's just read through this one more time just so that we can be sure we have it right. And so it starts the repeat. It starts with checking above, getting the data about above. Then it says if there's a block above and it's a hopper, then try to drop. If there's not a block above and it's not a hopper, then say didn't drop. And, oh, I think we have an error here. So say didn't drop, then, but if it did drop, if it's trying to drop, then try to drop if there is a hopper. And then if it did drop, then say did drop is true. If it didn't drop, then say did drop is false. But what we want it to do is repeat this until did drop is equal to true. True. Aha. See? That's how it goes. That is how it goes. So, alright. So did drop. Repeat this until it did drop. And then if it did drop... Oh. Two other things. What if there's still, for whatever reason, more items in the slot in the inventory of the turtle than we are supposed to have? Actually, in that case, it wouldn't really matter, because if we have it loop back around to the beginning, then basically, so like let's say there's 60 items in the slot, it's only able to drop 4 of them. There's a whole pile left, and then basically it goes back to the top and then just says basically, okay, well, let's set up the crafting grid again. It does through the crafting grid thing. It goes down to see if it can craft the thing, and it's like, oh, there's like 60 or whatever, and it decides whether to craft or not based on how much room it has in its own inventory. Does turtle.drop up drop the entire stack if it can, like if there's room, or does it drop only a specific amount? That's the other question. A couple things we want to do here. We want to be able to tell if it thinks it's missing a hopper. So if all that hopper stuff, then print hopper not found. There we go. Okay, print hopper not found. Loop thing says whole stack if it can, else as much as it can. That's good. Okay, so print hopper not found if it didn't find a hopper. That's good. So that we can tell in our debug if it's working properly. And I thought there was something else to do. Can you guys think of something else to do? I can't remember. I thought there was something else to do to this. Loop thing says true if any items move, so slot may not be empty. That is okay, because if the slot's not empty, it will try again. It will fill the crafting grid like it's supposed to, and then we'll try to craft, and if it has room, it'll craft. If it doesn't have room, then it won't craft. So it doesn't really matter if the slot's completely empty, but also it does matter that the sun's going down. The only other thing we need to do is we need to put in a sleep, os.sleep, so that it doesn't keep waiting to drop the items and trying infinitely fast. We need it to just wait a bit. That's the idea. So let's head back over here. Let's finish the job. This is all that we have left to do. That's the thing. So let's see. Okay. So, and we're gonna have to put this in twice, I think, because there's two did drop false scenarios. So if did drop false up there, then sleep, and if did drop false down there, then also sleep. So let's say did drop false, and os.sleep for, I don't know, 5 seconds, let's say. There we go, did drop false, and then down here did drop false again, and then basically it's, okay, os.sleep, and basically the 5, and there's a 5, and there's a save, and that's, we have saved the day, we have saved the program, and we also saved the day. That's good. So then this whole thing is like that. That's pretty good. And so now we just need to basically take the entire program and loop it. That's the idea. Which obviously, our typical way of doing that, we didn't set it up properly. Let's set this up as functions. So function, so that we can actually call this later. Function basically means that whatever is within this function, you can just type the name of the function and it will run the entire thing. So function, we want to say this would be set up craft. There we go. Function setup craft, open bracket, close bracket, and then at the bottom here, we're going to just say end the function. That's great. Okay, and then craft down here, and we'll just say function execute craft, because I think that might be a little less confusing if you have one function that's like setting up the craft, and then, because craft, typically you might think of like just crafting, like the whole process as part of crafting. So let's just say execute craft down there. We need to end it as well. And then down here we need to have it have another one, function, and this would be drop item drop items. Okay, and then down all the way down here, end the function. Excellent. So now we have main code down here, main code, and that's looking good. Okay, main code, and we'll just simply tell it to run all these functions and then have it loop. So setup craft is the first one. So here we go. Set up craft. That's good. Next is what? Next is execute craft. So setup craft, execute craft. Okay. And then up here we have drop items. All right. Drop items. Okay, and now we need to put this whole thing in a loop. So, and this will simply be a while true do. So as long as true is true, then do this, and true will always be true. So we'll just keep looping itself as long as possible. That is excellent. That is excellent indeed. So what we should see as soon as we run this thing here is we should in fact see it start running and immediately craft a kelp block, throw it in the furnace starts smelting, it starts getting more dried kelp in the area. That's the idea. Let's just turn this into a startup program. So move the program craft dried kelp block into the startup directory. So let's just say startup /craft dried kelp block so that it will actually run on startup. And as you can see, we can check and see that it is in fact in the startup directory. That is excellent indeed. So let's restart this guy. And it didn't work because it says craft dried kelp block .lua line 40 unexpected symbol near equals. We probably missed something on line 40. Let's see. Edit to startup. Okay, missed something on line 40. What did we miss? What did we miss on line 40? 40 is down here. 40 is all the way down here, all the way down here. And we got oh, until there's supposed to be 2 equals. Okay, until did drop is equal to. 2 equals checks if it's equal to. 1 equal makes it equal to. That's the issue. That is the issue, which makes no sense in an until statement. So that is the thing. So restart. Aha! Wait, what? It worked correctly, but it said hopper not found. What? I'm confused. Are you guys confused? It worked correctly, but it said hopper not found. Is it going to say it again? That's the next question. Lupin says the double equals true is not needed on line 40. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Might as well leave it, though. It basically means the same thing. It's just redundant. Okay. So, yeah, why did it say hopper not found? Is it going to work a second time? That's the next question. Let's keep letting it gather kelp out of there. That's the idea. That's the idea. Here we go. All right. Oh, yes, it said hopper not found, but it did put the item in the hopper. Okay. Well, let's terminate that. Let's see what's going on here. Edit. Hopper not found. Where is the hopper not found thing, and why is it not working? That's the big question. Why is it not working? Hopper not found down here. We've got, okay, so repeat. Basically what it does is that it comes through here, and it checks if there's a hopper, and if... Oh! Duh! It, basically, what we told it to do, see, computers are very literal. What we told it to do here is if there's a block above and the block is a hopper, then print hopper not found. If there is a hopper, print hopper not found. That would be why. So it is actually working correctly. It's not a bug, it's a debug bug. Actually, how common is that? That must make it difficult to debug things sometimes. A debug bug. That's we put that line in so we can debug it properly, and then it's like our debug code is buggy. Okay, so else, so else if it did not find a hopper, then print hopper not found. Hopper not found. Done. That's great. Okay, so now we should be able to restart this. Aha, now he's well on his way. This is excellent. I think we accounted for every possible edge case scenario with restarting the turtle and all that kind of stuff as well. It's possible. It's possible. Now, here's the thing. The simple fact is that we have a bit of a backlog there, but the simple fact is that we are not producing kelp fast enough to keep up with it. Also, if you guys didn't see the beginning of the stream, we found a whole pile of diamonds down at the bottom of one of our quarries. Speaking of which, we didn't actually check at the bottom of this quarry. It's covered in lava. The other one was covered in water, which is why we were able to find it. But this one's covered in lava. We should actually get rid of the lava somehow. And see if we can find any diamonds down at the bottom of the quarry. That would be ideal. That would be ideal indeed. But what we need to do here is we need faster kelp production. So we're going to need to actually get more hoppers, more turtles, get, like, I think maybe at least 2 different kelp stations. That's the idea. Alright, Lupin says, the source of every computer problem always exists because the The source of every computer problem always exists between the keyboard and the chair. It just depends on if it's the user's keyboard slash chair or the developer's. That is true. That is a good point. Every computer problem is either the developer or the user. Well, I suppose unless you have like actual hardware malfunction or things go wrong, but everything that has to do with programming is either the developer or the user. So there. So there indeed. Okay, so we are actually getting very good progress. We've been going for an hour and a half so far. We need to get this thing fixed. We need to get this thing fixed. We now have that guy is doing his thing, and he's doing it very nicely. We want to backlog this system, though. That's what we really want. So, we need another turtle. We need hoe. We need 2 turtles, actually. And then this should just be a simple matter of copying the program from this turtle into the 2 others and configuring the kelp farm. That's the idea. Lupin says most software issues tend to be more accurate than most software issues. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it's to be fair with computers, I'd say like probably 95% of problems are software based, not hardware based. So, it can be software interfacing with hardware, but in terms of hardware actually being damaged and actually causing issues due to the actual hardware itself, that's probably only 5% of the problems that that people run into, is my guess. Okay, so yes, we need 2 turtles and move on from there. So what do we have here? 2 turtles with hoes. Must not forget the hoes. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. This is a hoe. We need a hoe. We need 2 hoes. 2 hoes to be specific. We have lots of diamonds now. Not lots, because we don't have enough for diamond armor. But we do have a fair amount of diamonds. So if we just get 3, 4... Yes, that should be good. 4, and then sticks. We need 4 sticks. There we go. 4 diamonds, 4 sticks. That should make 2 hoes. This is good. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho. Turtle. Turtle is a thing. So, what's the turtle recipe? Let's try to remember the turtle recipe let's try to remember it. Turtle is... It requires 1 piece of redstone. It requires a computer... No, the computer requires redstone. Computer requires 1 piece of redstone and 1 piece of glass, and 7 smooth stone if you're going for the non-advanced version. Okay, let's start gathering materials. And the turtle requires other things. So smooth stone. Aha. So we need 7. Yes. 7 and 7 are 14. Oh, is that a wandering trader? There's a wandering trader, or is he a wondering trader? He might be wondering about something. Hello, trader. Let's put this away here. Let's see what's he trading? Hello, sir. What are you trading, sir? I would like to find out. I would like to find out what you are trading. Ooh, he'll take emeralds. He'll take emeralds for a bunch of things that we don't need. So never mind. Okay. Well, I appreciate the offer, but you're going to have to wander away and wander back again and see what's going on. Loopsfanny says, hardware is very simple. That said, there have been several very scary hardware security flaws discovered in the past few years. Yep, that's the thing. I think, because I was looking up years ago, I was trying to look up how does a CPU work. And to try to, like, I thought, at the time, I thought, oh, why not just build a CPU in Minecraft? That sounds pretty easy. No, it wasn't. It's not. But I think it's actually, the hardware is actually very, very complicated. But by the time a piece of hardware actually makes it to the user, it's, like, basically been tested and done all its stuff so that it's, like, simple to use. I would sort of guess that that's what's really going on there, but we'll have to see. Okay, so this is 14 stone. We need also 2 glass. That's 2 glass. We need 2 redstone. That should make the computers. We need to get iron ingots. So we need a bunch of iron here. We need actually 14 iron to make 2 turtles. We need also 2 chests. Now, wood, unfortunately, is the most difficult thing to get. So let's see about... Yeah, we have 1 oak log. Okay, 1 oak log is not ideal. These guys are very scary, standing in that pit down there. Unfortunately, actually, very fortunately, they can't get out. That's the thing. But they do sound very intimidating. Now, this is an interesting scenario where we have a tall tree that has grown with a small tree below it. That sounds interesting. Okay, so what is it called? Tree Chop Simple version 1. Aha. Okay, off it goes. Lipsfane says, the version of how a CPU works that I like is we tricked a rock to think, not to oversimplify it. First, you have to flatten the rock and put lightning into it. Yeah, it's pretty much describes how a CPU works. You just like take a chunk of silicon and just smash it down and make it. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Very simple. Very simple indeed. Okay, so waiting for saplings, actually. We have saplings in the turtle. We have 4 oak logs. Lifney says, now I'm thinking of the what's inside of a ComputerCraft computer thread on the old forums. Oh, that sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting. We need one sapling. Perfect. Perfect. And extra sticks. Indeed. There goes the sapling. And this would be... I thought I heard something over there. It's always hard to tell what's your own feet and what's a creeper sneaking up on you. That's the issue. Okay. So we have 4 logs. That's enough logs to make things. That's enough logs to make 2 chests. How do you make a barrel? Barrels actually look pretty neat. Barrels, do they actually hold the items when you pick them up? Like, what's the advantage of a barrel? Is it just looks better, or is there any actually special advantage to a barrel? That's the big question. That is indeed the big question. What are we making with this? Oh, yes, we're making a turtle. Okay, so let's put this in here, put this in there, nope, not there, put it there. Put the stone over here. 2 computers. That's great. Put 2 computers in there. 1 chest there. 2 sets of iron ingots up there. And turtle. Actually, chests do stack, don't they? All right. 2 turtles. And with these 2 turtles, we now need the hoe. Oops. Okay. There's 2 hoes. 2 hoes. This actually. Oh, this wouldn't be ho ho ho. This would be ho ho because there's 2 hoes. So, ho ho ho. Ho there! What's going on with you, turtle? What's going on with you? That's the big question. Okay. Should we bother getting a llama? Is that worth getting? Or not? That's sort of the big question. Sort of the big question. This should really, really help our food situation when we get this going properly. This should really help tremendously. Tremendously indeed. Okay. So let's see. So we have these 2 turtles. We need to get the programs on them. We also need to build the infrastructure, build the place for the turtles to actually be. That's the other issue. So, and of course we need hoppers too. That's a bit of an issue as well. So what if we... I'm trying to think the best way to lay this out, because obviously having to not break or place blocks ourselves makes it a little difficult. If we were to dig out a giant rectangle like that, that would be probably be the easiest way to do it. We want to have it connecting to this hopper chain. That's the idea. What if we use the giant hole that we already have down here? We would need to build up the walls in that case, so that's not ideal. So we could build a giant rectangle. If we offset the rectangle, we can be a little more space efficient, but I almost wonder if space efficient is not worth it given the difficulty of building. But because we could actually theoretically put a kelp there, the turtle here, so a kelp there, and then go around, and we basically have a whole pile of kelp in a corner there. That's an idea. Lifting says barrels are full blocks and so works with small ComputerCraft modems. Barrels also can have a full block above them and still open. They also are a profession block for villagers. That's neat. Interesting features the barrels have, that is for sure. Okay, so I think, what if we just do a rectangle? That sounds like an idea. Sounds like not necessarily a good idea, but we'll see. We'll see indeed. This guy can go here. How deep does he have to go? 2 blocks deep. Okay, so right there. Let's say dig a square, I think, is the one. And we want it to be how big? We want the square to be 3 blocks across. This program doesn't do uneven very easily. But 3 blocks across, and then we want it to be, if we are doing a straight rectangle, that would be 6 blocks long, so we'll have to do 3 and 3. So dig a square 3. Oh, and apparently it's, yeah, it's not, okay, it missed the second layer. I think dig a room might be the one that we need to do. But we need to start with dig a lot forward. 3. There, because then that does the last row. That is excellent. Okay, and turtle dot dig down just to get the last little bit. Dot dig down. Okay. Okay. So now we need it to do we need it to do the second layer somehow. How do we do that? That's the big question, because it would have been easier to do that straight off the bat. Let's go back. Let's send this guy back to where he started. Back over here. And the issue is that the kelp is in the way. I just realized I didn't say that out loud. The issue is that the kelp is in the way. We're gonna have to actually replant this when we're done. So let's just do that. Let's have it dig a room instead, which what we should have done in the first place. Dig a room. Do we have that customizable? Let's just double check that. Dig a room. Oh, we have a config. Okay. So this isn't one where you can just type in the value that you want. So we're gonna have to say, we're gonna have to do this manually, config it. So, because I can't remember, how do you do the thing with you put the ... if you want to take a terminal command prompt. But if you want to take 2 different prompts, then how do you do that? Because that's an issue. I can't remember how you... And if there's a way to print... Here's the idea. What we want it to do, which I'm not sure how to pull off, is we want it to say, you run the program, and it says, how far forward? And you type how many blocks. And you say, how far to the right? And you type how many blocks. And then it goes. That's basically the idea. But how to actually pull that off, I'm not entirely sure. So... the basics is just... Whoa. Apparently it's nighttime. That is good to know. Hello, Sir Zombie. You may find yourself in the lava momentarily. If you are so kind as to back up. Thank you. Okay. Monsters nearby. Yes, of course there's monsters nearby. I know there's monsters nearby. He's right there. He's literally right there, and I cannot sprint anymore. Oh, now he's gone. Now he's gone quickly. basically turn around. The mouse just randomly stopped working right then. That's the worst time for it to stop working. Okay. Sleep. There we go. Because I know you put the dot 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 thing. There were two ways to do it. I can't remember. There was a dot 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 that takes a terminal command prompt thing. But then there was a second way to do it, and I don't remember what that second way was. That's the issue, and I think that second way might be the key. Might be the key. Okay. Oh, you have some nice armor, sir. May I take your armor? Thank you. May I take your order? May I take your armor? You're at the window. You're at the ordering window. I would appreciate the armor, please. Hello, zombie. Will you come to the window so that we can so that I can punch you through the window? That would be very much appreciated. Can you actually punch through here? Oh, you can! Whoa! You can actually punch through this tiny half a block gap. Yeah, there we go. It's difficult, very difficult indeed. But it's actually possible. It's actually possible if you can line it up just right. It's not easy to do, but it's possible. Possible. Okay, let's go around the outside then. Zombie! Hello! Hello! I would like your chest plate, please. I don't even know what's on it, but I would like it. I would like it. It's shiny. It's nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. Oh, and you give nothing. Okay, well that's not ideal. Not ideal. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go indeed. Oh, ouch. Ouch. That's an issue. Okay. Oh, wrong place. Wrong place. Or right place. Wait, what? Oh yeah, the right place. This is the place. This is where we want to go. This is the let's stand back a bit from this so a creeper doesn't sneak up on us from behind and blow up the farm again. Okay, so you know what? Let's just not bother with that for the moment because I don't remember exactly how to do it. Let's just put in the x-axis and the z-axis and all that. So the room is supposed to be 6 blocks long, 3 blocks wide. So let's do that. Let's say 6 blocks long and 3 blocks wide. Is that the right way around? That I don't know. Z and X seem to be in the opposite order. Go forward X. Ah, so that's not the right way around. So go forward X. So this is supposed to be 6, and this is supposed to be 3. There we go. And I think this program is designed to dig the layer below as well. So let's try not dig a lot, dig a room. Okay. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good, off to a good start. Oh, hello. I think that's too many blocks. Is it? Let's see. Wait, what? 1 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's not too many blocks. Ooh, this is going to be difficult to cross, actually. Come to think of it. It's, oh, we're, okay. We're doubling up our efficiency. This, as much as this is a kelp farm, this is also a moat. That's going to make it more difficult for the mobs to cross. Which, not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing. Dig a lot. 6. So, yeah, so that's the idea. This is a moat, and that's that. Okay. Okay, and Lua the turtle dot dig down. Dig down, dig down. Dig down. Where's the... No. Wrong button. There we go. Dig down. That's good. Okay. Now it is all complete. We now have the space to build the kelp farm. Now, the difficult thing at this point is trying to get the water in. That is actually surprisingly more difficult than you might assume. Also, we need to put the kelp back down there to grow there. More difficult than you might assume, given the fact that it's a 2-block deep gap now. So, wait a minute. Oh, actually, when the turtle runs underneath things, he expands where the water goes, right? So if we just fill in the lower layer with water, and then run the turtle through it, then it might actually fill in the upper layer. We'll have to see. So that's that. This is that. Okay, we need some more water, please. Water, thank you. Okay. Filled in the infinite water source thing going on there. That's good. Okay. Okay. This is looking good. This is looking very good. This is... Oh, that missed that. Okay. Oh, no, we didn't miss that. Just a little bit of lag. Okay, and we can do the outer edges. The nice thing is that this is only like a couple blocks. Wait a minute. Oh, we don't even need to send anything through it. For some reason, it's filling itself in. It's doing the infinite water source thing. I thought that only happens on the lowest layer, but apparently not. Apparently not indeed. All right. All right. So, the kelp farm is in fact operational, sort of. Well, it's not operational, but the infrastructure is getting there. We need some kelp. Kelp, please. Help with the kelp, please. Where is... Oh, we smelted all of our kelp. Oh, actually, we didn't. There's some in the turtle here. Okay, let's take a bunch of kelp out of there. And plant. Plant. Get this going. We can plant kelp. Plant. There we go. Plant. Nice. We need the lower layer as well. So the lower one, of course, we need the turtle to break that. Oh, wow. Two of them have already grown. This is crazy. This is crazy. Why do they sometimes take so long and then other times they just like grow immediately? That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's less ridiculous. Oh, we're gonna drown. Don't sit in a pool of water and program. That's rule number 1 of the Lupus 590 ComputerCraft challenge. Do not sit in a pool of water and program. You might drown. We did that once. I'm not sure if we actually died completely, but turtle dot dig down. Dig down, please. That's good. Okay. And then this is off to a good start. We can head through. You know what? Let's actually pick that up. Let's just go forward. Go. Oh, turtle dot forward because we're in the command prompt already, so why not? Forward. Twice forward, 3 times actually. So here we go. Forward again. And then dig down. All right. All right. What do we have here? We have a potentially built kelp farm. Oh, forgot 2 kelp. There's 1. There's 2. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have a potentially built, fully built kelp farm, now we need to take our 2 turtles and find a way to... We have a disk drive somewhere. We'll need to use that to get the program onto them. And then we can actually set them up to run, and then we can actually set up the hopper chain, and then we can actually have a faster source of kelp. That sounds excellent indeed. Where is our disk drive? That's the big thing. Disk drives, for those of you guys who don't know what that does, basically a disk drive is a matter of matters. It matters. It matters quite significantly because of the fact that you can copy programs onto floppy disks or apparently also onto other computers using a disk drive. Where is the disk drive? I do not see a disk drive. We have one somewhere, but where? That's the biggest question of the day. And the answer is to be determined. The answer is not there. Well, we've settled it. The disk drive is not there. That's where it is. Wherever not there is, it's not there. What about... Yeah, it's not there. We need some rotten flesh because we need to regen. And... okay. So what about in this chest over here? I thought we made a... Didn't we make a disk drive? Maybe we didn't make a disk drive. Did we? I thought we did, though. I'm sure we did. Did you guys remember me making a disk drive? Or am I just making that up completely? Which I suppose either way, you make a disk drive or you make up a disk drive. Either way, you're making something. So I guess you're at least being productive. Being productive is always a good thing. Disk drive. Okay, what does it take? It takes 2 redstone and a bunch of stone and stuff. Okay, that's good. Okay, a bunch of redstone and stone and stuff. Loopfinator says, I seem to remember you had a disk drive. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought we had a disk drive somewhere. It might be... oh well. It's fairly cheap. Fairly cheap. About as cheap as a baby chicken. They do a lot of cheap. And yeah, I don't see the disk drive anywhere. Unless I'm just totally overlooking it. But those are furnaces, not disk drives. And this is... what do we have? Yeah, okay, let's just grab 2 redstone. Let's grab some cobblestone that we have already. I think you can make a disk drive out of cobblestone. If not, then you can't. No, you can't. Okay, well, what about the whole... We have over here, we have andesite. That's not particularly useful. Lupin says... Your inventory is a mess, to be fair. It's probably somewhere. That is true. It is quite a mess. Outside chests / barrels. I checked those already. Unless I overlooked it, which is always possible. Always possible. It doesn't appear to exist outside, so let's just make another one. Disk drive, yep, that's excellent. That is excellent indeed. Okay, and put this away in here. Where's the andesite? There's the andesite. There we go. Okay, disk drive is good to go. So all we need to do now is we simply need to copy the program that is already working from the kelp farm. It's not too complicated. Just copy it, and then build the hopper chain. We can actually start it farming before we build the hopper chain. That's the nice thing. That is the really nice thing. You can only sleep at night and during thunderstorms. Okay, but it's almost night. It's like getting dark. Aha, there we go. Excellent. So we've made actually quite a lot of progress today. Quite a lot of progress today indeed. We've got that thing fixed. We've got the crafting of the blocks ready to go. We've got 6 dried kelp blocks in storage. We're now trying to get what are we doing? We are trying to increase the rate of kelp over here. So, let's see. Let's stop this guy in case he decides to dig the disk drive. That would not be ideal. Okay, here we are. Disk drive. Disk drive. There we go. Put the turtles in. I think you can put both in at once. Let's find out. Okay, what about copy? Wait, hang on. Directory. We've got... What if we restart? No! Terminate! Wrong button. Hitting Control Y. Why are we doing that? That's the big question. Okay, so if we... now we should have... Disk isn't showing up. Why is disk not showing up? Directory disk? Not a directory. That's interesting. Oh, is it because... Hang on, is it because we have to actually turn on the turtles first? Maybe we need to actually turn them into turtles with IDs and folders and all that kind of stuff first. And then we'll be good to go, theoretically. Theoretically. Okay, so here we go. That's 1. And that's 2. Aha, now they don't stack anymore. So that must be the thing. Let's put that one in there. Directory. Aha, directory disk. That's good. The turtle, what we're doing here, the turtle is functioning as a disk inside the disk drive. Okay, so copy. Copy kelp farm simple to disk / kelp farm simple. Okay, that's good. That should be good. And if we check what's on the disk now, we should see kelp farm simple is there. We'll check to double check momentarily, but we'll start by just doing the same thing with this other turtle here. And just simply copy and then check the disk. Kelp farm simple. That's excellent. Excellent indeed. Oh, we should actually copy the startup program too, shouldn't we? Startup, I think. Yeah, okay, so that just saves some time. Copy startup.lua. to disk. Oh, here's an interesting question. If for those of you guys who don't know, turtles and computers and those things, if they have a startup program in the turtle, they will run startup when the game starts. If there's a startup program in a disk drive, they will run that instead of their built-in startup program. What if there's a turtle in a disk drive and the turtle has a startup program on it? Then will it run that? Will this turtle over here that's accessing the turtle over here run the startup that's in the turtle over here? If that makes any sense. Is that a thing? Or is that like not a thing? Or what? That's the question. Whoops, what just happened? What did I just do? I don't even know what I just did. Okay. Copy startup.lua to disk / startup. Okay. Copy startup.lua to disk / startup. Looks good. That's done. And we simply need to take this out now and replace it with this other one down here. And then we've got this is good. Okay, so we should see if we take both of these turtles and put them in their locations, their proper locations down here. One of his locations is already full of kelp. Whoa, whoa, didn't mean to break that much kelp. The kelp is very sensitive. Kelp is a very sensitive plant. That is for sure. This would be a farming turtle right there. That's looking good. No, it's not looking good. He's supposed to be up higher than that. Okay. Well then, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Misplaced the turtle. He's supposed to be able to let the kelp grow, not just sit on top of it. Okay, so there's that. This goes here. There we go. That is better. That is better indeed. Okay, so let's see. If we turn this guy on, he has startup and kelp farm simple. Perfect. So that whole disk drive thing worked. What if we edit startup because it said no such program because startup is looking for kelp farm simple.lua and we took the extension off. So if we go and modify that, kelp farm simple, just delete the .lua part. Save. Exit, restart. Aha. Nice, it's harvesting. Lipsnay says computers / turtles in disk drives are indistinguishable from disks for anything that looks at the disk file system. The turtle will only be seen as a turtle if something looks at the item in the slot. Okay, so that means that the turtle will actually run the... I just noticed the stream is a little fuzzy, that's odd. So that means the turtle will actually run the thing that that whatever's in the disk drive, whether it's another computer or another turtle or whatever it is, it will run it. That's neat. That is very neat indeed. Okay, third turtle. Third turtle indeed. This guy goes here. This kelp has to go. Done. Okay. And this guy can go on top of there. That's the third layer. That's good. That's very good. I think I picked up an extra kelp for some random reason. Okay, this is about good. And let's check no such program. Okay. Edit startup to delete the .lua at the end. That's looking good. .lua is gone. Save, exit, and restart. And aha! Okay, and he's going to wait because there's no kelp grown in front of him, even though it's grown all the way around. So that is fine. Actually, he'll wait for 10 seconds, and then he'll turn, I think. That's how it's supposed to work. Ah, yes, there we go. Nice, okay. And those guys are stocking up their kelp inside their own inventories, which is nice. Now, all that we have left to do to finish this program situation is we basically need rotten flesh. That's irrelevant to this situation. But we basically need need to connect the hopper chain, which is actually easier said than done, seeing as our wood is like non-existent. So that's kind of an issue. If we need some water as well. There we go. Water. Thank you very much very much for the water. Okay, what about, should we set up multiple trees? Is that an idea? Maybe not. Maybe we'll just go with that tree there. But it's not grown, so we're gonna have to move this guy. Move the sky. Let's move the sky. The sky needs to move. It's in the way. It's too big. It's like, you know, you have this big thing that's like in the way all the time, and yeah, we need to move the sky. That's for sure. It's okay. Tree chop simple. Nope, not time. What does time do actually? Time. The time is 3:29 p.m. on day 140. Oh, that would be in Minecraft time, I think, right? Loopfane says maybe use chests and modems to move the items? Question mark. That's possible. That's possible. Although I think modems would open up a whole nother can of worms, I think is the expression. Due to the fact that we're just about done here. We've been going for 2 hours. I think I'm gonna have to end the stream fairly soon, as soon as we get this done. And all we have left to do is connect that hopper chain, and then we have basically a lot of fuel. Or rather, a lot of food. Actually, a lot of fuel too, but a lot of food. And food will be very excellent. We won't have to eat rotten flesh all the time. That is a very nice thing that we will be able to have later. Is the lack of rotten flesh is a thing we can have. It's interesting how you can have a thing that you don't have. Like the lack of something is a thing you have. Anyway, that's interesting. Senate says, move the sky. Reminded me that in computer graphics, the camera doesn't move. The rest of the world does. That's true. That's true. When Minecraft is rendering it as you're moving around, technically Minecraft is moving the sky. It's not actually moving the character because the camera doesn't actually move. Like it's always looking on from the first person perspective kind of idea. That is interesting. Very interesting. You could use my item pipe program. Multiple sources will be not too much of an issue, even though I've not fixed it. That is an option. That is an option. But how many hoppers would we need? We're actually pretty close to being able to do it, I think. We would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 midbush, 5, 6. So 6 hoppers total. That shouldn't actually be too much. Item pipe would still require a chest above that turtle and a chest above that turtle. They would require that in order to connect all the things together. So, yeah. So that sounds like a thing. That sounds like a thing indeed. Do we have anything here? Anything here at all? Any saplings? That would be appreciated. But apparently we've got no saplings coming yet, unless I've picked them up already. That's always possible. Let's put that down there. Let's set this guy doing the third tree. The trees would go much faster, much faster, if we actually had any, oh, we should, whoops, didn't mean to throw the bucket. We should label this guy. Okay. Label, set, tree, chopper. Done. Okay. The sun is going down as well. It's not ideal. Let's just say tree chop simple, and run. Run for the bed. Run for the bed. Run. Whoops! Hit the pillar. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Loopfane says usually the sky doesn't move in computer graphics. It's rendered at an infinite distance from the camera. Oh, really? Oh, that makes sense. So, yeah. So what's happening in Minecraft then? Because we see the moon and the sun and all that moving. And if it's like red in the sky, then this red in the sky moves. So I'm guessing that Minecraft moves the sky. Or interesting thoughts. Interesting thoughts indeed. Oh, that won't decay because that's connected to. Oh, I think am I allowed to break leaves? Hopefully. Hopefully. Otherwise something has gone horribly wrong. But, okay, and that tree is gonna be quite a bear to chop down. actually, our dig a room program might do it. It might just do it. There's an extra sapling. That is excellent. Excellent indeed. Okay, so what have we now? We've got, ooh, nice. We've got a whole bunch of chests coming. That is very nice. Very nice indeed. Says, whoops, hang on. There we go. Says, look at the sun and move north. Does the sun seem to move south? It doesn't. That's true. I was talking more about... Yeah, I guess we should clarify this. I was talking more about rotational movement rather than back and forth kind of movement. Like, if you're looking at the sun there and you're heading towards it, it doesn't actually get any closer. But if you turn, it obviously turns, right? So that's sort of what I was thinking of. Okay, so we have 8 logs. 2 logs makes a chest. That means we have 4 chests already. And how many chests did we need? That's the big question. We needed 6. So we're actually getting pretty close. We actually have a random tree floating up there we could use to get some good wood very easily. Okay. Hoppers, please. Hoppers, please. Logs, please. That's when you have to do, when you debug and you like send a mod developer your like what's going on with it or whatever, you have to, they always ask for logs, like, logs please, and I'm like, okay, I have logs, I can give you logs, plenty of logs, just chop down some logs. In fact, logs are very, very nice, very nice indeed. You might find them helpful, especially if you have a wood stove and have to heat your house for the winter. That means logs would be very, very helpful. What about iron? Iron indeed. I do earn things. I earn in Minecraft. I earn lots of things. Earning various things in Minecraft, such as diamonds. We earn diamonds in Minecraft by sending the guys mining, which we didn't actually do this time, which is not ideal, but that's that. Okay, this is... Here we go. Okay. Lieutenant says, the sun rising and setting is texture rotation around the camera. Okay, that is neat. So it uses texture rotation to rotate the sun. That's neat. As for the camera turning, that's just how Minecraft's camera works, and it being wonky. The what? What about the camera turning? I think I missed something. That tends to happen. I tend to miss lots of things. Let's put this there, there, and we need 2 more. This is looking good indeed. That's filling up fairly quickly. All right. Let's see now. What do we have? We have this guy's going. So, what we have done, we have essentially just tripled. We have essentially tripled our speed. We have 2 hoppers left to go, though. We have no wood, except we have wood up there, which would be very difficult to get to. Lieutenant says, camera turning. When you have the sun on the edge of the screen, it seems to move differently. Oh, yes, that's true. That's true. Well, it's up in the middle of the sky right now. That's just how Minecraft's camera works. It could be that your FOV settings are not perfect. They're not perfect. I have FOV of 90. Excuse me. Apparently, your nose starts dripping down the back of your throat, and that's not very good for commentating. That's a bit of an issue. Okay, let's see if we can get any more wood anywhere. How do we get up there? That's the first question. First question indeed. Lieutenant says, ideal FOV depends on how large your screen is and how far you are from it. Screen curvedness might factor too. That's a good point. That is a good point indeed. Oh, we can get up this way. Oh, this is nice. This is nice, and I think there's a sapling. No, there isn't. Not a sapling floating on the ground. We have a built-in ladder. What is this? Oh, cartography table for maps and things, I guess. Oh, we can't actually get to the top of this building. Whoop, fell down. Okay, let's see about... We'll destroy part of the building, actually. Let's do that. Let's, dig. And, go down. And dig again. There. Okay. That seems good. Yeah, I suppose there wouldn't be a standard FOV. It would depend on your monitor. That would make a pretty big difference. Dig again. Done. Okay. That's excellent. Excellent. So now that we've destroyed part of the building, now we can get up to this tree. We can also build a bridge. We do need to build a bridge. Build a bridge that way. Build a bridge out of cobblestone. Build a bridge for 6. Why not? Build a bridge 6. That looks good. All right. What have we here? We've got the tree. We've got a tree. Shall we dig a room? That sounds like an idea. We can dig a room, dig a large section of the tree all at once. So, go back 6 and get lots of wood from this. Actually, should we even limit the height of the trees? Because if we have them growing big like this, and we have it dig a room, dig out the whole area, that actually could be quite good as a very efficient tree farm. Although probably not necessary because we're about to, hang on, go up. We're theoretically about to have bone meal when we finish the mob farm. So that would be good. All right. Dig a room, I think we need to do, let's say 10. Edit, dig a room. Dig a room indeed. Okay, what do we have here? This is 10. Let's try 10. Let's try, actually 10 might not be enough. Let's see. Lipsonius says, how often do you want to manually chop trees? The smaller ones are easier to fully automate. That's true. I was just thinking if we get a giant chamber, then we can just basically have the turtle go around a full area and just chop the whole thing as if it were a box instead of trying to track down every branch. That's one idea. But unfortunately, that would be a little more complicated, as you're saying. Okay, so how far do we need it to go? We need it to go 1, 2, 3. I can't even see the lines between the blocks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, possibly 11 or 12, actually, it looks like. So let's make it 12 then. So 12, and then 12, and then that's good. That's good indeed. Okay, so dig a room. Dig a... Nope, not dig a lot. Dig a room. We have room to dig a room. That's for sure. So there goes the room. No, there goes the turtle. There comes the room. There comes the room. There. Okay. Let's see. Okay. How much wood is he gonna get? How much wood do you guys estimate is in this tree? That looks like actually quite a lot of trees. Like just that. That 4-block tall trunk there is what we usually get from the regular trees, and there's a whole lot more there. Liflane says if you don't mind using different colored wood, then you could use large 2x2 spruce trees. That's an interesting idea. That is an interesting idea indeed. Those are easy for turtles to dig and have lots of wood. Okay, that is good to know. That is good to know. Also, there's some wood hanging down over there, which is an issue. Okay, so it looks like it's all coming together. That's looking good. He's gonna get those leaves on the way by. Not that they're... I mean, you could just leave the leaves. Let's actually, yeah, let's leave the leaves. Let's do that. 13 logs. Ooh, that is nice. That is nice. That's one chop. We get 13 logs. We do need to go up higher and do the next layer, and then we need to do that layer down there. So go back 3, let's say, and then, Actually, not back 3. We need to restart him back at the beginning. So 13 logs, off to a good start. Let's see how much we can get out of this. Because it looks like there's still another several trees worth just in this. So, turtle please. Okay, that's good. Somehow I still have the tree chopper in my inventory. Not sure why. Not sure why at all. Let's put that guy down if we can. Okay, tree chopper please. Go down here please. Thank you. Okay. That's good. Okay, next. Head back up here. Hopefully we don't get creepers spawning again, because it's getting pretty dark and we're heading back up to the top. Okay, actually, apparently we're jumping off the side. So let's take advantage of that opportunity to head in here and sleep through the night quickly before we continue digging the giant tree up above. That would be the ideal scenario. Come on, sleep. Come on. Hurry up. Oh, there we go. That is good. We made it. We made it indeed. All right. Yeah, I wonder how big of a room it would take if we were to put those giant trees within a room. How big a room it would take to contain them. That's the big question. That is the big question indeed. And this is the turtle that goes there. And he goes up. Go up. 3 times. Should be good. Not quite good enough. Go up again. Go up again. Now dig a room again, and you should be able to grab all the logs that way. Dig. We might actually lose the turtle this time, because he's almost out of reach. And he's now moving away. Like, he's high enough up to be almost out of reach. That is for sure. That is for sure indeed. Okay, this is... So, yeah, you're saying spruce... Yeah, 2x2 spruce trees. I'd imagine jungle trees would be the same idea, wouldn't they? Ooh. Yeah, jungle trees. And they give you so much wood, those jungle trees. So if we ever found a jungle, then that would be a very good source of wood. Very good source of wood. Okay, come back. There's another log there. There's a whole other log there. Lieutenant says jungle trees have branches. That's true. That's a good point. They do indeed have branches. Do they have... There's a shorter kind that I don't think have branches. Are they better than the 2x2 spruce? I'd imagine a 2x2 spruce, though, would have a whole lot more wood in it. That's my guess. Let's try to get this guy. Stop! Terminate! Stop, thank you. Okay. So that's how many more wood? That's 3 more wood just from that upper area there. And then come back down, please, and we would like to finish this last little bit down here. Lufani says, turtles are not a fan of branches. 2x2 spruce is probably the best for turtles. That is good to know. Good to know indeed. Oh, we're getting a lot of saplings from this as well. This is nice. This is nice indeed. Okay, let's dig forward. So, dig a lot. Yeah, let's do 4. Why not 4? 4 sounds about good. Alright. And a second layer as well. Second layer, please. Go forward, and then so that we get around this leaf. Forward, and then right, and then that's all right. Forward and right again. You're right again. The turtle's always right. That's the aim. That's the main thing going on here. Turtle is always right. You know, you heard the thing. The customer is always right. Apparently, that's a. I don't know if that's a current saying or an old saying or what, but in this case, the turtle is always right. Even if he's wrong, because the turtle always follows his instructions exactly. So even if he's wrong, he's right. So that is that. We've got that. We've got 5 more logs. 21 logs from just that top part of the tree. That's a lot of logs. A lot of logs. Ouch. That's why you don't fall. Okay. So quickly heal, please. Good. And whoops. Whoa, I just placed a log. That wasn't supposed to happen. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Okay, there we go. Let's see. What do we have? Okay, so we have 3 saplings ready to go. We have the tree chopping turtle ready to go. We need 2 chests in the area, so we'll get 2 chests going. And then that's pretty good. Then we have loads of logs. That's not the right place to put that stuff. Where's the... Aha, 2 chests. Nice, okay. And then we've got also hoppers. Make this into hoppers. We didn't actually run our quarries today, which is not ideal, but we did start the day finding a whole bunch of diamonds down underground, which is very, very nice. If you guys didn't see the beginning of the episode here, we found, how many diamonds did we find? It was like, I think it was like 10 diamonds down below. We accidentally found diamonds as well. Went down to find some diamonds that we knew were there and accidentally found other diamonds, and that's always nice. Diamonds are hard to find regularly, but accidentally is even more interesting, more unusual, that kind of thing. Let's see, if we right click, why did the right click, I think this is not the mouse because the shield is working, but the crafting table is not working. So this appears to be probably lag, actually. Seems like a lag kind of thing to have happen. But the chest there, iron ingots here, and there's 2 hoppers. 2 hoppers, indeed. 2 hoppers indeed. And this is looking good. Is this going to max out our furnace and crafter? Probably not. Probably not. But it will produce 3 times as much kelp as we had previously been producing. And so that would be great. That would be great indeed. And yeah, we have no kelp coming in yet. But we do have 5 blocks in there. We're waiting for more kelp down here. And it's looking good. It is looking very, very good. Whoop, and there's a tree. Nice. Nice. Trees are nice. Trees are nice indeed. Okay, so I think we're going to have to end the stream here. We went longer than I was actually intending to go this week. 2 hours and 20 minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. And yeah, we made lots of progress. Lots of progress. We got blown up by a creeper, which was always quite exciting. That is a very exciting occurrence to have happen. But we now have a kelp farm running infinite kelp right now, which is very, very nice. And it is very, very slow, but it's also very, very nice. So I'll see if I can do any AFKing at all, but we'll have to see. But it's looking very, very nice indeed. The kelp farm that's I don't know. This is just so satisfying watching these turtles go. Oh, we almost forgot this. The disk drive is still in the way. Okay. Yeah. Let's pick that up, and then we've got. I think this is all set. I didn't break anything that I wasn't supposed to break. That's good. Okay, there we go. Pick up the disk drive and restart the turtle. This turtle. So now it's running 3 times as fast as it was before. There we go. That is better. That is better indeed. Why do we... Oh, I know what the... Oh, okay. One of the turtles just dropped its items. That's what's happening, I think. That's why the kelp is glitching in the hopper. It's not actually glitching. All right. Yep, so we got a triple-size kelp farm. We've got blown up by a creeper. We got an automatic kelp producer thing, kelp crafter, rather, thing, kelp smelter and crafter and all that. And this is looking very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Next week, we shall come back with basically the next part of this challenge. Seeing as we have a fair amount of kelp now, which is nice, we shouldn't need to work on the kelp farm anymore, theoretically. And so we can continue on either making the mob farm, if you think we should start with that, or which is close to done, or we could instead work on getting to the nether. That's an option, because the nether could be quite a challenge. Quite a challenge indeed. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. See you guys later.